What's up, guys? It's your girl Alicia Wanshell. Tonight we're gonna get into some discussion about little Maleah Davis. We're gonna talk about the latest updates, and we're gonna talk about what I think happened to little Maleah Davis. Okay? All right. So first of all, I want to talk about a blog that I wrote regarding little Maleah Davis. Now, you can check it out at voicesofwomen2019.blogspot.com. Okay, so make sure you do check it out. Now, what I want to talk about, and I'm going to just do a brief summary of of the story for those of you who are not too familiar with what happened. Um, Now, little Malia Davis was a beautiful little girl. She was only 4 years old. She was left alone with the mom's fiance. Many of you or many people refer to him as her stepdad, but in actuality, they were not married. So we're going to just leave it at fiance. Now, apparently, the fiance, whose name is Derion Vince, him and the mom, her name is Brittney Bowens, they were in a heated argument the night that she was leaving for the airport. The argument was over some pictures that she found in his phone, okay, that he had been apparently sending to another man. Now, here's my thing. After the argument, she left. He repeatedly called her. She had advised him that she didn't want to have anything else to do with him. She was going to give his ring back, and that was that. All right. So the problem I have with that is that when you have a child involved and you have your significant other who's not the biological parent, you shouldn't be leaving your child with them after you two have been, involved in a heated argument. Okay. One, you do not know what that person is capable of. Okay. Two, why ignore that person's call when your child is left in their care? That just didn't make any sense to me. Anything could have happened. He could have been calling for any reason. It could have been an emergency. Okay. Um, Also, pretty much when you have um children, you always want to make sure that they're left in good hands, okay? Now, apparently, she had been with Derion Vince for, I want to say, 3 years. Okay, that's fine and that's all good, but I have some concerns that I'm going to talk about in a moment. But let's get back to the story. So while the mom was away, something tragic had happened to little Malia, according to the fiance, Derion Vince. He claimed that um, on the way to the airport to pick up Brittney Bowens, he heard a loud pop. He pulled over to the side of the road, and upon getting out of the vehicle, he was approached by three Mexican men who complimented little Brittney, little Malia. Which one, if she was inside of the car, how did they see? How did they see how pretty and beautiful she was? It was dark, right? That's one. Okay. But anyhow, he claimed that they knocked him unconscious and little Malia was abducted. None of us believed that story. I didn't believe it. I knew something was wrong. Okay. So fast forward to today. According to News Cornell X, Derion Vince had revealed where little Malia Davis remains were. They did find her remains on the side of the road in Arkansas. Guys, we all knew that it wasn't going to be a happy ending. I hate that it ended this way, but as I mentioned, we all knew that it wasn't going to be a happy ending. Okay, so here's my concerns. Okay, going back to why did Brittney ignore Darion's calls? Okay, this is something that I wrote. This is a little brief something. Okay, I wrote, excuse me. I always wondered if Malia Davis was deceased before her mother left for the airport, because why wouldn't you, as a mother, answer the phone when you know your child is with the so called man or person you are so angry with? That story does not add up to me. Derion continuously called her phone the same night, according to Brittney and her spokesperson, Cornell X. Yet, she refused to answer his calls while little Malia was in his care. Okay? Now, guys, this is just me. This is my opinion. This is what I think happened. Okay? I think that Brittney and Derion was in a heated fight, not only an argument, but I think it escalated. It escalated. They got into a fight. She, scratched his body up, because some of you may have seen the pictures that Derion's father had shared in a previous video. His body was scratched up. I mean, like, just scratched all over. Some of us thought that maybe the scratches came from him going through thick bushes and woods trying to hide little Malia's body. Some of us thought that little Malia scratched his body up during her attack. However, this is what I think. I think that little Malia got caught in between the two of them fighting. The two of them fighting. And if you are like me, when I'm angry, I do not see anything. I do not see anyone. All I see is red. Okay, so what could have happened is that little Malia could have accidentally been hurt, and it was the accident was serious, and it led to her death. Now, I feel like the mother and Derion probably panicked, especially the mom. And so the mom stated to Derion, I'm not going down for this. You better clean this mess up. And so with that, she left to go to that airport. And that is why she ignored his calls, because she didn't want to have anything or any connection with what happened to Malia. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm very observant, and I listen to everything. And I was listening to the video, and in the very first video that Cornell X and Brittney came out with, um, saying that Derion was abusive to the little girl. To me, that didn't make too much sense, because I'm sitting there like, okay, why would you leave your child with someone that you know was abusive to your child? So what I did was I went back and rewatched that video. In that video, Cornell had revealed that Brittney found bruises on her daughter, and she had approached, now listen to me, guys. She approached Derion about those bruises and said that she was taking her baby to the hospital. And he told her, no, you're not. I'm not going down for this. Now, guys, if you know people, when a person lies, when a person is trying to cover up their tracks and things, what they tend to do is they tend to mix lies with truth, right? They tend to mix lies with truth. That is what Brittney told Cornell X. So this is what I think really happened. I think that now Cornell X said that when he was asked when did it happen, he said it was months prior. I don't think so. I think that was the current event that had taken place that led to her death. That's what I think. I think that happened the night that Brittney left for the airport. I think that is when those words were stated. I'm not going down for this. You better clean this mess up. And with that, Brittney left and didn't want to have anything to do with it. That's what I believe happened, guys. I believe that little Malia was hurt during an altercation between the two, between the mama and the fiance, and they try to cover their tracks. So when the mom left for the airport, Derion took the little Malia As you've seen in the video, he was carrying her out in the little blue basket, and he dumped her body on the side of the highway in Arkansas. Now, who's to say that, I mean, obviously he did it that night, the very night that Brittney left, right? Now, um, who's responsible? In my opinion, both of them are responsible. Because, guys, listen, if it's an accident, there's no reason to cover it up. Okay? There's no reason to cover it up. Simple as that. If it's an accident, if it was an accident, it should have been reported to the authorities. It should have been reported to the authorities. The paramedics should have been called. Who knows? She could have been saved. You know. I think what happened though is that both of them panicked. They was afraid to contact the authorities because of the prior defects case that they had, and they were afraid of being arrested. They were afraid of being arrested, and they were probably afraid of their other kids being taken away. But it defeated the purpose, because I always say what's done in the dark will always come to light. I think it's more to come to. I think there's more to be learned in this story. Right now, Derion Vince, he's currently incarcerated. He's in jail. He's still claiming that she nothing happened to her, or nothing bad happened to her. Put it that way, but something bad did happen to her. She died in the hands of you and possibly the mother's care, and no one reported it to the authorities. Okay, so that is bad. That is bad. And then she was dumped on the side of the highway like a bag of trash. She deserved better than that. She deserved better. If it was an accident, I'm going to say it again. The paramedics should have been called. The authorities should have been involved. Somebody should have called the authorities. As a mom, if you knew about it, you should have taken your baby to the hospital. Nobody's going to tell me that I'm not going to take my child that I had to the hospital. So, in my opinion, both of them are responsible for her death. God, please forgive me. If the mom did not have anything to do with this whatsoever, please forgive me. But as a mom, when you know that your child is being abused, you have a responsibility. Now, those are the words that came from her and her spokesperson. She knew that the child was being abused. Okay, so she has some responsibility in this whole thing, if it's not what I think happened. Okay, again, I do think that they were in a fight. Little Malia was caught in the middle, and she got hurt really, really bad, to where it caused her death. That's what I think happened. You tell me what you think. You tell me what you think. Again, some of the events that Cornell X talked about, I think that, he thought that he was talking about past tense events. But in reality, it was actually the current event that he was really talking about. Because remember, he only knows what Brittney told him. And so I think Brittney wasn't, fully honest with him. And when she said that Derion stated to her that he wasn't going down for that, she probably really said that to him when that accident happened with the baby, and she was afraid of being, arrested and other things happening. So you guys tell me what you think about this, okay? Really tell me what you think. I'm interested in what you have to say. Please check out my Facebook page. Let me see here. I want you to go to I want you to join my Facebook page. You can find me at V.O.W. Okay, give me a moment here. You can find me at Voices of Women 2019. Okay, I want you guys to make sure that you do get connected. All right, here I am here. And here is my page. I cover a lot of different abuse stories, guys. I do that because I was abused coming up as a child. I was sexually molested by my mom's boyfriend, and um, I was sexually molested by a family member. And then one of my mom's latest boyfriends, he attempted to molest me, but and that was at the age of 12. But I was old enough to defend myself then. My first molestation was, man, I don't know, I might have been 5 or 6. So I was very timid, very shy. I was afraid to speak up, and so. But here is some of the things that I've been covering on my page. Okay, if you look here, this guy here, um, he actually strangled his wife in front of their child. It was a very tragic story. Ladies, please be mindful with the men that you're getting involved with. Likewise, men, you don't know. There was a story that recently happened where the wife had starved her stepdaughter to death, and then the father burnt her body. So how crazy is that? Come on, guys. Okay, we got to do better when it comes to relationships, and no relationship is that serious, to jeopardize your child's life or even your life. And then here, this guy here, he was accused of touching a boy in Walmart bathroom and punching the child's pregnant mother. That's kind of a different story. It's not like a domestic violence story, but um, there's a lot of stories that I share on my page. So I want you guys to please check out my page. I do have a group as well. You can go to my group. Please make sure you join. I like to also share some encouraging words to people, to my beautiful women. Here is something here. I thought that this was very key and head on. It says mistakes can be forgiven. A lifetime pattern of abuse, brutality, blame, manipulation, and hate is not a mistake. And guys, this is so true. So guys, please don't mix, mistakes up with a lifetime of pattern of abuse and brutality, blame, manipulation, and all of those other things. Okay, so please, because I firmly believe that when a mistake is done, it's done unintentionally. But when it's done on purpose, that is not a mistake to me. I'm sorry. So guys, please keep that in mind. Please again join my page, check out some of the latest information that I've posted. I will keep you updated on the latest stories regarding abuse, domestic violence, or whatever. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Please make sure you like, you share with your family and friends. Okay, give me some thumbs up. Okay, guys, this is some really important stuff that we're talking about here. It needs to be shared. It needs to be talked about. Okay, so please make sure you are not only sharing and giving me thumbs up, but subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. All right, guys. All right, love you. Take care. It's your girl, Alicia Wanshell. See you next time. Goodbye.